Hey guys, Lewis here, and I'm back with another episode of Plague Inc. Evolved. I haven't played this game since I made my recorded some game footage for my video log a couple of days ago, but let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's see, what kind of plague shall we kill off the world with today? I actually don't know. Let's go with the fungus. Let's enjoy a challenge here. So as you can see here, the fungal spores struggle to travel long distances without special effort, and that special effort comes in the form of its ability. And I'll get more into that in a bit. Let's take a look at our genetic code. That looks all good for now. Terracite, that'll definitely help us with the land borders. Yep, all looks good. I'm actually going to keep all those. We're going to be playing on normal, and let's go ahead and rename our plague. The fungus, it is pretty slow. When it does start infecting, it gets crazy though. What would be the most appropriate name? I got it. Teninja. Teninja will infect the world. Welcome to Plague Inc. You are a new fungus. To win, you must evolve and spread across the world, wiping out all humans in the ultimate plague. Let's select our starting country. Well, I could go with Japan. It would be very fitting for the name. Although I think they're just urban and wealthy, so it doesn't give us a bonus of specializing with a certain resistance. I'm actually going to go with Sweden so I can get the cold resistance. Plus, it being urban and humid and wealthy will slow down the infection rate just a little bit so that our plague won't get noticed very soon. So we're going to start there. Teninja begins in Sweden. Teninja has infected its first human, weak and used to cold temperatures. It must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. Alright, let's begin our work as Teninja. So as a fungus disease type, fungal spores find it hard to travel large distances, so you must evolve fungal spore abilities to infect new countries. And these new abilities come in the form of Spore Burst. And basically, it doesn't matter if it's next to the country next to it or halfway across the world. These spores will burst at a random country and infect it, and this is very useful for getting at really difficult to get to countries like Madagascar. As you can see, we got Greenland and Central America. Oops, hit the pause by accident. Alright, fungus DNA detected. Let's go ahead and continue infecting. The more we infect early on, the more points we get going for our transmissions, which is the key for the fungus. Transmissions. So we're gonna get as many of these as we can. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this real quick as I pop the bubbles. Global warming, hot countries getting hotter. Alright, we'll have to adapt to that. Let's go ahead and get some more spore bursts. And we'll get a spore eruption, which is basically a spore burst, but on a massive scale. There we go. That's a good amount of countries. High modes of transportations. Now we'll go ahead and start working on our transmissions. We'll start with the water so we can get onto the boats and get lemur fur toilet paper inhumane. Of course it's inhumane. I like lemurs. You guys ever remember that show Zamufu? Oh man, I loved that show when I was a kid. That was like the National Geographic for me as a kid. Alright, let's see. We got more points. Let's go ahead and continue our transmissions. We'll go into the water so we get our ships in early. As you can see, Sweden is getting 29 people infected right now. So the infection rate is quite slow. London Olympics, a mystery. Alright, largest ever pellet made in Spain. Interesting. This actually reminds me of a news article I read a couple years back about a fungus that infects insects. In this case, it was ants, and basically the fungus kind of like zombified the ant, kind of. It kind of took over its mind. Top-notch Minecraft. Miners and crafters look forward to the opening of a new top-notch diamond mine, which is expected to revitalize the Swedish economy. Well, it did a good job. I do quite like Minecraft. Anyway, as I was saying though, they had this, they discovered this fungus that kind of zombified the ants, and it took over their mind. So basically the ants would go back to its colony and let the spores as you know, when fungus reaches a certain point, they kind of burst open and spores just come out. And so they use that as a means to infect more ants. And what the ants would do is they would take the infected ant and just leave it to die far away from the colony, and it's really interesting. Oh, there goes Greenland. That was fantastic. As you can see, the infection rate just skyrocketed there. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the air. We need 16 points for the bio-aerosol, so that would definitely help us out. But yeah, it's very interesting how these various plagues work. Kind of reminds me of this book I once read. It was Contagion. It's another virus book, and not like Contagion the movie, but it was basically this satellite that was sent by aliens to colonize, like enslave humans to colonize the Earth. It's a weird concept, I know, but basically it made it like a organic thinking form of a plague that could interact with itself, and it would send these little pods out onto the population. In this case, I think it was somewhere around the Midwest of the US, and it's just interesting because they formed these little triangles that eventually, when they grew enough, they would just burst out of the human host, and they would start building these organic structures that would act as portals to their alien homeworld. And it's very interesting. You have to wonder about these plagues. It's very interesting because some of these things you don't even know about, as I'm demonstrating with my fungus right now. It's just dormant. There's no symptoms. You don't even know it's there. And next thing you know, it's all over the place and deadly. That's one of the horrifying yet interesting aspects I find about this game, and just, you know, virus in general. Because we could be infected with something right now. President accused of miming inaugural address. Well, that's never good. But it's just really interesting. It really is. You could probably tell by me just rambling about all of this. Also, it makes sense that as a Tenninja fungal virus, or fungal plague, we are staying under the radar. Let's see. We got those transmissions. I don't want to get into those because those have a chance for mutations. We're going to go into drug resistance and get genetic hardening 1 and 2. That'll definitely help us out in the more wealthier countries. What other countries haven't we infected? There's still a good amount of them. The trouble with the fungus, though, is, as you can see, it's very slow at infecting, but once it reaches a critical mass of infected individuals, it goes crazy, like you saw with Greenland earlier. It just... like, you just saw the country just completely devoid of red dots, and then, boom, completely red. Alright, we're in South Africa now, so that'll definitely help us divide and conquer a bit. Are we in Australia? Yes, we are. Alright, let's go ahead and speed this up a bit, speed the infection progress. Oh, we made it to Madagascar. Haha, eat it, Madagascar. Although I do feel bad for the lemurs now. But as you can see, this is going to be a little rougher, and it was actually pretty tough when I was playing the fungus on Mega Brutal. I had to literally wait for years. I think it was close to 3 to 4 years of the plague just doing nothing and just infecting people to a point where they couldn't cure me. And it was always a race against time, against like random blood tests that the medical community would do. And it's just like, oh no, I've been discovered. And then after that, it was just a race to kill off as many of the researching countries so that I could slow down their process of curing me. But since we are playing on normal, it's more relaxed than... like, when I play this on the Mega Brutos, especially the Fungus one, I am literally sitting on the edge of my seat. I'm sitting so far off my seat that the seat is irrelevant. Like, I am just hovering there in the air, like crouched over my desk. It's a strange image. Think about it. Just think about it. Yeah, I'm just crouched over my desk, waiting for my fungus to infect people, with my chair just like not even near me. Oh well. I'm surprised we haven't made it too far into South America. We are getting a foothold in there, so that's good. We got our transmissions. What other countries? Alright. Land. Alright, these are basically land borders, so I don't have to worry about it much. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my last spore eruption. There we go. Only 2 countries for that? Well, that was low yield. That was pretty low yield. I'm not impressed. Ninjas, you must do well. Serve your master. Let's watch the Sudan. Virus is taking hold right now. Insomnia has mutated. We don't want to be on the radar just yet. We haven't reached too many countries yet. That's another problem with this game. It's like, you need to... For anybody who's still new to the game or having trouble at all, you need to get to a country and establish a foothold. Get a couple million, maybe even thousands, just so you are sure your plague won't kill off its own victims, its own hosts, or in the case of extreme cases on the government, of them destroying the infection via burning bodies, executions, or bombing their own cities to destroy the infection. Oh, that's why I never evolved my heat resistance. No wonder I'm doing so slow in Africa. You guys are probably screaming at the screen at me the whole time. It's like, oh, Lewis, you never evolved the heat resistance. That's why you're not doing good in Africa. You guys don't sound like that. But thank you to all of you who have been, screaming at me through the course of time and cyberspace. You have to remember, I am in the past, so I can't hear you. Respect the elders. Respect your elder, Lewis. Alright, heavy flooding in East Africa. That's gonna slow us down. We had a good foothold going, and then that East Africa just killed off with those random weather effects. We gotta rebuild our footholds. I'm surprised we're not in Botswana yet. It's literally surrounded by other infected countries. Yeah, it's literally just Botswana left. Alright, let's go ahead and devolve anemia. We don't need that right now. I could do with more infectivity, but I'd rather stay off the radar. There we go. Sorry about that, I was drinking some water. What I'll do is... Botswana is a relatively wealthy country. We're gonna go with heat resistance too. Boost our rate up. There we go. Now we're in Botswana. Now with all the countries infected, once it gets to a good amount, we'll go ahead and start killing off everybody. And before humanity knows it, the ninjas will strike. I'm sorry, 10 ninjas will strike. We're doing good. Pretty much the entire world is red with the fungus. You'd think people would notice by now. But like I said before, it's really hard to notice something if it's really dormant. Yep, we're doing pretty good. Right now it's only Botswana and Angola holding hard. They're giving in. Alright, let's go ahead and take the time. Actually, no, I'll wait a little more. Give Angola the chance to get a bigger foothold. 1 million. Botswana is pretty much done. Alright, now's a good time. Let's go ahead and evolve our symptoms. Ninjas! Strike! Strike at humanity! Get them with your total organ failure. Strike for their vital points. And just to save ourselves some points, we're gonna give ourselves some mutation capabilities. Russia starts work on cure. Russia is the first to instruct doctors to begin research into a cure for Teninja. Without greater funding, it is expected to take a longer time. Brazil also starts on a cure. New minor disease spreading. They found me in Spain. Haha, good. They can't find patient 0 because I was actually in Sweden. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. Mostly harmless, I'm causing total organ failure here. First death in Kazakhstan. First death from Ninja has been confirmed in Kazakhstan. Bad luck or beginning of something terrible. Well, I've been here for years, so it's way past that. And I've just been put on the watch list. I'm already unstoppable. I'm everywhere. Italy leading the global cure effort. Good. Give us more points. And the UK shuts down their airports in an effort to stop us. Doesn't matter because we're everywhere now. The globe is focused on their research of curing me. There are no healthy people left in the world, which means I could just go crazy with killing people. Libya shuts down land borders. Colombia prioritizes healthcare for the infected. Alright, let's see. We'll go ahead and go into coma. Don't want to get anything else just yet, because I might as well save for all the lethal symptoms. Finland begins to break down. Normal life in Finland is beginning to break down due to Ninja. Cure research is starting to slow. Oh, I forgot about that. I did name it just Ninja, so it's just one ninja that's responsible behind this. The Fungo Ninja. Look at it go. The world is just going. Let's speed up the process. We'll get systemic infection. We'll get tumors for people. Don't have enough for internal hemorrhaging yet. But look at that. Algeria in anarchy. Algeria is the first to fall into anarchy due to Ninja. No cure research can take place. They only made it to 18%. And we've already pretty much... Ninja just struck the entire world a death blow here. We're gonna help it along. Internal hemorrhaging, hemorrhage shock. Look at our lethal. The world is going. One ninja. 10 Ninja's genes has been manipulated. Scientists has introduced synthetic genes into 10 Ninja. RMS researchers say that this breakthrough will help cure efforts. I beg to differ because you're all dead. Look at you. What are you gonna do? You can't stop ninjas. How can you stop something you don't see? Unless you have a microscope. 10 Ninja to destroy humanity! 10 Ninja has destroyed the world despite the world's best efforts of 21%. The last few humans know they are watching the end of history. It's funny because you can't watch a ninja. You don't see ninjas. Victory! 10 Ninja has successfully eliminated all life on Earth. One ninja. As you can see, it took us 1,101 days. It was a complex virus. Complex fungal plague. They only made it to 20% of the cure. Not bad. But overall, as you can see, the fungus starts out pretty slow, but if you play it right and you hold out, you can just deal a death blow to them and they have no chance of surviving. That's it for episode 3 of Plague Inc. Evolved. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!